Well, today I've got this fabulous turtle mould. I'm really looking forward to using it as well. And I will link it in the description below. And I'm going to show you how to get the best out of your 4-hour J-Diction demoulding resin. Because if you want it to demould, then it's important to follow just a few little steps with it. So let's get on and see how gorgeous we can make this. Before I pour my resin in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a combination of some metal leaves and some mica powder. Now I've got these new sponge brushes. I mean, they're not new, they've been about years, haven't they? Because people put makeup on with them. And I don't know if you saw the video, I'll link it at the end of this one or in the description, where I tested out the mica pens. I didn't like the pens, but I loved the attachments. So what I'm going to do is show you not only how wonderful these work, but also this dual technique with using a bit of mica. Let me zoom in a bit. Look how beautiful that goes on there with these brushes. And I want to get that star there in gold. Now, I know I've gone over it, but that's not a problem. I can get rid of that in a second. This just really does make the mica powder stick brilliantly to these molds. Look at that. Beautiful that is. Then all I need to do is take a bit of a baby wipe and a cotton bud. This is ideal for people who are not tidy like me, and then just go in there and take out all the bits I'm so messy that you don't want to be covered in mica. I just squeeze the little cotton bud with the baby wipe, and I find that works really well. I'll clear up all around it as well if you need to. There we go, that's cut that nice. Let's get that bit out as well. And then what I'm going to do is go through and do the stars and do some other bits using these brushes and the mica powder. Don't forget, I will link them in the description below. And then I'll show you how I'm going to apply the metal leaf and then how you can get the best out of this 4-hour demould. Well, that's all finished now, putting the mica powder in. And now what I'm going to do is pop in my metal leaf. And this stuff is so messy. Honestly, if you get it everywhere, it is so messy. And the great thing is, the metal leaf will only stick to the silicone. It shouldn't stick to where you've put the mica powder. It might go over a little bit, but it should, with a little bit of a brush like this, come off. You're not going to get exactly neat edges, but you are going to be able to expose that lovely mica powder. I'm probably going to do all this one colour. I think this is a one colour. Who knows? It could be many different colours. Put that bit in there. Now, I don't mind if it's got some crackle in it, because that again gives it that nice effect, but you will get that lovely sparkle from this. Now, I found the best way, if you want to clean these moulds up, if you've got some of this on it and you don't actually want it on that mould anywhere, then I put them into some warm soapy water and left them soaking for about a couple of minutes, 10 minutes maybe. And you know, this just came off lovely. It really did, because I got it all over everywhere the other day when I was using it. I want to say a massive thank you to all my members whose names are coming up now, and some of these members have been members with me for 3 years or more and love it. I love having a members channel. If you want to become a member, the link for that is in the description below, and you benefit from all the additional perks and the business advice and the extra videos. So check it out, love to see you there. So I'm carrying on putting on this foil, and as you can see, I've speeded this up because I don't actually work this quickly. I wish I did. That would make life so much easier. So brushing it in, and it's not sticking to the mica powder anywhere, and if there are any bits that I don't want, I can just easily remove them anyway. Huge thank you to all the people who got me coffee last month. I know times are tough at the moment, and it really does help. Every penny I get from coffees goes back into the channel and helps me buy stuff and moulds and things like this. So thank you very much, everyone. The link for that is in the description below as well if you'd like to treat me to a coffee. So finishing this off, just putting in some extra bits, and then I'm ready for the resin. Well, there we go. That's all lovely and covered now, and it's got some texture in it, but it's also got that lovely gloss shine. What I'm going to do now is mix up my resin and show you how to mix up your resin. So before you mix this, what you want to be doing is soaking your part A into some hot water. Not hot so it burns you, but warm water so it raises the temperature of this resin. It needs to be just slightly above a room temperature. and it needs to be warm all the way through. So 5 minutes should do it. The other thing is with this resin, don't pour really thin layers and expect that to cure up in 4 hours or be ready to demold in 4 hours, because it won't, because the exothermic reaction isn't going to happen. This isn't for making really thin pieces of jewellery. You can make it, but it won't be cured in 4 hours. So now that's been in there for 5 minutes, all I need to do is mix my resin up as per normal. And it's a 1-to-1 resin. You can buy this in a gallon amount, so you don't have to buy this in the smaller bottles. If you use it a lot, then you can buy it in the gallon bottles. And it is also worked out a lot cheaper like that. Well, that's all mixed up now, and what I'm going to do is add some white mica powder into this as well, because that will give it a nice base colour to help those colours really, really shine. Now, you can go for a dark colour as well, but I don't want to darken off those reds and golds that I've put in there. Make sure you give this a really good mix so that your mica powder is all mixed in there. Okay, and then you can just pour this in to your mould. And that took 200 ml of liquid. We want to make sure that that gets right to the corner of that tail there. So I am going to help that along its way there. And then I'll go over it, burst any bubbles that come up to the top, and leave this to cure for 4 hours. Now you can, if you want to, put this resin like this onto a curing mat or into a curing machine. It will work really, really well in that, and it will still cure up very, very quickly. Well, this is all cured up now, and all this bit here cured in 4 hours. So I could have demolded it in 4 hours, but the only bit that didn't was the tail, and that is because it was quite thin. So I've had to leave that for 12 hours. And look how pretty that has come out. And I love this technique, using the mica powder and also the metal foil on top. I don't think I've seen that done before at all. Now, I have used this technique before quite a lot with the metal foil, and I've discovered it myself by accident, but I have since found out that a lady called Toonpish had done this quite a long time before as well. And I don't want her to think that in any way I was taking her idea. And thank you, Toonpish, for some of the wonderful projects and things that you make. Brilliant videos, so check them out. I love this 4-hour resin. It's a nice thick resin as well, so you can get some really good details going on. Look at the shine on that. Now, if you're concerned about that mould, it will clean up really easy. You can do it one or two ways. You can either do it with some tape like this, and that will just clean that excess foil off like that, or you can soak it into some warm soapy water and that will come off really, really easily, which is probably what I will do with it now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed making this and also showing you how to get the best out of the 4-hour demould resin. It is a great resin. You can buy it in bulk or you can buy it in smaller bottles. I'll link it in the description below. If you want to learn more about using resin and how to make money using resin, then be sure to check out the video that's coming up for you now. Take care. Enjoy your resin. Bye.